major internet connection, so we got disconnected twice. We're back in, so I hope everybody's hearing me okay. I hope the mics are working and we're getting audio as well. So we got cut off twice, folks. It's 2-1 to Mexico, and it's looking like it's a possible red card here. So we're straight back into the action. When we left, it was 0-0, and when the internet was down, it was 2 goals from Bellingham, and then Quinones getting one back, and we're now in the 52nd minute in the second half, and it looks like a serious call is going to take place, folks. It looks like a serious call, and it's a red card. A red card, folks. This is not what England wanted. You got the perfect start, Bellingham. So Jarrell Kwanzaa getting that call. Red card for a horrible tackle. So you are away from home somewhat, if you want to call it that, at altitude. Maybe that's... What do you think about that, folks? Do you think that's a red card tackle? So, folks, if you're back in here, I hope the stream is working okay. We have very unstable internet connections. I have fiber internet, but we got disconnected twice already. So apparently the storm is affecting us all over the place. So everybody who's rejoining us right now, we are back live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. We got disconnected twice during the stream. But there's a lot of action, folks. A lot of action taking place. England getting 2 goals from Bellingham, but now a red card for England. So now Mexico must think, well, they have a chance. England with 1 player down. They could get something back in this game. It was a disaster in the first half. When I left, before the internet went down, it was 0-0. Bellingham getting 2 goals, but then Quinones pulling 1 back. And now Mexico have 1 man up, folks. Can Mexico turn this around? I honestly thought they messed up in the first half. And this could be something here. Mexico did create a bit of a half chance towards the end of the first half. Harry Kane is now rolling around. And, I don't like Gallardo's in Kane's face. I feel as if the game is kind of degenerating into a sort of, let's try to get somebody else sent off now. And let's see. So Harry Kane is going in. Let's see what Harry Kane is on about. Harry Kane has nothing to complain about. I think I'm a bit disappointed by their behavior, to be honest. I mean, it's a 50-50 ball. He is in pain. I'm sure it hurts, but it's not a foul. But he's acting. I think they're trying to con the ref. And, this is a team that usually prides themselves, supposedly, on not doing that. But I think they're allowing the game to get away from them. And we'll see. So, folks, let me know if you are back. And hopefully this works. And at least we can salvage the second half. So, O'Reilly taking a shot. I'm seeing some replays here, folks. A lot of action took place. A lot of action. So just to get you all up to speed, O'Reilly hitting the post there, one of the replays. England scoring first with 2 Bellingham goals. And Quinones bringing 1 back from a free kick. Then in the second half, in the 52nd minute, a red card to England, folks. So this game is on, folks. Can Mexico El Tri get back into this game? And hopefully can my stream survive after 2 disconnections, folks? It's been pretty bad, so I'm hoping all my people out there you share with your friends and family and get this stream back on, because I think this is probably one of my most disruptive streams I ever got, and I'm at the mercy of my internet connection, folks. I think the weather is affecting Trinidad and Tobago as well, which is where I'm from. So, folks, let me know what you think. We're live on YouTube, Twitch, and on Facebook. And unfortunately, we lost a good chunk of this game due to being down with the internet. Then there was a storm as well, so the game was delayed an hour. So Mexico now, folks, they have the wind in their sails. I think with the numerical superiority, can they come back, folks? Can they come back? So everybody who's still here, join back in, share with your friends, and try to rescue this chat for me, folks. Try to rescue the stream. So we've been doing great. And let's see if we can salvage the stream and get it back to what it was, folks. Get it back to what it was. So Tuchel is going to have to make a tactical change. I'm guessing, yes, Saka is going to be sacrificed for a more defensive substitution. So that way England could have 4 at the back. So Stones is coming on. Clearly defensive, because with that player gone, you're going to have to try to at least keep your shape, and maybe Harry Kane stays up front for now. Which, I mean, it makes sense. So we are in a game, folks. We are in a game. 2-1. Mexico 1. England 2. And England with a red card. A red card, folks. Like I said, I hope the stream holds out, folks. England claiming for a penalty now. Is it a penalty? Is this what a crazy game this is, folks? Is this a penalty? Oh my goodness, folks. What a crazy game, folks. I think, honestly, Mexico are really blowing this game, folks. Mexico are absolutely blowing this game. You had a man sent off, and now you've given away, I think, a very stupid penalty. So Harry Kane doing well to lay the ball off. Credit to Harry Kane. And the keeper rushes out to Gordon. So Alvarez heading the ball off of Kane, so it was unintentional. Gordon runs in. The ref pointing straight to the box. I don't know if they're looking at it. The Mexicans are saying it's a dive. And wow, what a crazy game. What a crazy game. So are they looking at it, folks? Kingley, welcome. Kingley, the chat got disconnected 3 times. I really need everybody's support tonight, Kingley, to get the streams back up. So what a nutcase of a game. Where just when you think the game has swung in Mexico's favor, now there's a potential penalty against Mexico. A foul on Gordon, but the ref is looking at it. I think the decision is done, folks. Is it done? Norway knocked out Brazil. Yeah, that was crazy. So is it a penalty? I really think when I looked at the replay, it was a bit of an unfortunate deflection. Alvarez, I think, heading the ball into Harry Kane, and then it bounced to Jude Bellingham. So any chance of Mexico's momentum going off, getting in their favor is gone. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. I think Mexico are allowing this game. I think if England scores here, it's done and dusted. But then the one consolation you have is that Mexico have the extra man. So Harry Kane, he did have that penalty saved for the first game of the tournament. And then it was replayed, and he had to retake it. And I think ever since then, he's been scoring lots and lots of goals. So Mexico, folks, are Mexico allowing the emotions of this game to get the better of them? So Kingley, everybody who's in here, be sure to send this stream to all your friends, because I got disconnected multiple times. I am at the mercy, folks. I'm at the mercy of the internet. So Harry Kane, folks, penalty kick. Can Harry Kane hold his nerves? He has been great for England this entire tournament. That header, even though it was fortuitous. Let's see, folks. This will be exactly what England needs. Harry Kane. And he scores, folks. 3-1. Harry Kane with another goal, folks. And the Mexicans are getting annoyed. And I'm guessing, they have only themselves to blame. I think they should have controlled the ball a bit better. But England, Pickford with a long ball, dropping to Alvarez, heading the ball straight into Harry Kane, and it bumped into Gordon. And England must be on top of the world right now, folks. Everything is going wrong for Mexico. Every time you think it's going to swing in Mexico's favor, something helps England out. So the keeper guessed the right direction. And I think the pace and the power of the ball was just too much, folks. It was just too much. So England 3. 2 goals from Bellingham. Folks, what would England do without these guys? Without Bellingham, without Kane, this would be a very different team. Bellingham and Kane are definitely carrying this team, folks. So everybody in the chat right now, share with your friends, family, and everybody. We got disconnected twice because of the internet. What a crazy thing on the YouTube channel. You're probably going to see 2 or 3 streams in there. So hopefully it holds out. It is now 3-1. Can Mexico salvage something here, folks? I think Mexico maybe, like I said, folks, the home crowd may be a blessing in disguise. I'm not sure what's happening here. What is going on? Isn't it supposed to be a kickoff for Mexico because England just scored? What is going on here? What is happening? Why is England getting the free kick? Am I missing something? And why am I not getting any audio on my rush? Because I'm not. What a crazy game, folks. What an absolute crazy game. Like I said, keep the likes, comments, and subscriptions coming. People on Facebook as well. We were in and out. We got disconnected 3 times for the night so far. So I really need people to jump back in and get in there and let me know that you're here right now. Harry Kane is being very dramatic. You are winning. You all complain about other teams being divers. What a disaster for Mexico. What a disaster for Mexico, man. I'm seeing Infantino and Borghetti and those guys in the crowd. Just when it looked like it was going to swing in Mexico's favor with a red card for England. So England now with that 2-goal cushion in the 62nd minute. And Mexico are going to have to go all out now, folks. They have the numerical superiority. Quinones on the attack, an overlapping run from Mexico. They're going to have to take advantage of their numbers. And England are going to have to defend. Now, this is where we're going to see England's grit. Can the Three Lions hold out? I know Terry Fennick right now is looking at this game. I think the game has swung in their favor. This could be something for Mexico. Pickford on the floor. And Mexico are capable of getting at least some shots on goal there with the numbers. England are going to throw all their bodies on the line. And can they hold off? That's the other question, folks. You're playing with one man down in Mexico at altitude. Can they do it? Can they do it, folks? So Pickford holding on to that ball for dear life. Mexico now are going to have to really turn it on, folks. They are going to have to really turn it on if they're going to have a chance. Folks in the chat, let me know everywhere. Facebook, everywhere, right now. Let's see if we can, rescue my live stream and also see if Mexico can come back, folks. So like I said earlier, my apologies for all the technical difficulties. It's just the internet just didn't work, folks, and I got disconnected twice. So hopefully it holds off. So Gordon up front holding on to the ball, showing a lot of determination. I still haven't seen, I don't think we've seen the best of Gordon yet, but he has been impactful and causing problems and helping England get some results. So, can Mexico get things back? This is the ultimate nightmare for Mexico, folks. Getting that third goal for England must have really knocked the stuffing out of them. They're going to have to show their grit. And England are also going to have to show their steel and play this out. So I think Mexico are definitely going to be able to at least create some chances. If England are going to play on the counter-attack, they do have pacey players. Gordon is on. Harry Kane is going to have to drop a little bit deeper. So we'll have to see if Mexico takes advantage of that. I don't think, they're going to get too much success with the aerial attacks. Cross in by Mexico. Cleared out by Stones. So, the English guys pumped up, trying to keep it together. There's still a lot of time to go in this game, folks. We're just 64 minutes in. We have a decent amount of time. We're probably going to have a lot of stoppage times due to the red card and also the penalty. Although they didn't take much time to deliberate on the penalty. So Mexico with a corner, folks. Mexico. Can Mexico get one back? Whipping it into the box. Not cleared well. Mexico still in possession. Mexico are going to try to get England out. They're going to park the bus for sure now and try to get on the counter-attack. Quinones getting on the ball. Twisting Harry Kane in circles. Getting an excellent ball out wide. Perhaps taking a bit too long, floated in. Desperation for England, trying to get it out, as they say, 6s and 7s. They are calling for a handball, folks. They are calling for a handball. So they're going to have to look at it. The Mexican players are furious. So is there now another twist in the tail? Is it a penalty call or is it a foul for England? What is going on? Are they looking at a potential penalty call? So let's see. Quinones. Bellingham falling Quinones, but are they going to look at the handball? Harry Kane hitting the ball up. I don't think that's a handball. Let's see what they were looking at. I don't think so. I don't think that's a handball. I haven't seen anything that indicates it's a handball. But Bellingham, England succumbing to the pressure a little bit. Bellingham forcing a foul on Mexico. So now they have a free kick in the box, folks. I do fancy England's chances in the box with their aerial superiority. So Mexico are going to have to be very clever, not waste too much time, get on with the game, try to get a goal back, and try to take advantage of the superiority. They are at home. They had all the quote-unquote advantages. And so far, so good. So everybody in the chat right now, drop your predictions. So they're checking for the penalty, folks. They're checking for the penalty. People, Facebook, everywhere. We're back live once again. We got disconnected twice, so keep my stream alive, folks. Let's try to salvage this stream, and let's see if Mexico can get back into this game, folks. So everybody's in here right now. Share with your friends, family, your dog, everybody else. So there is a potential call. Is it a foul? What is it? It can't be a handball. I'm looking at the replay. I'm not seeing anything that warrants a penalty. In my eyes, I know this may annoy the Mexicans, but I'm not seeing anything there that really warrants, unless it's a foul on the Mexican player. And of course, I have no audio on my TV right now, which is hilarious. I'm just getting video. I don't know why that's happening. So Harry Kane, folks. Let's see, folks. Let's see, folks. Potential penalty call. Another twist in this story. I don't think it's going to be anything, but let's see. Let's see, folks. Is it going to be a penalty for England? I can't hear what the ref is saying, folks. I can't hear what the ref is saying. I have to read his lips. So I see the crowd is clapping. So it's a pen for Mexico. And I could tell you, folks, we have a lot of time left. They're going to add on a lot of extra time for this. So there's a penalty. Jimenez is stepping up, folks. Wow, what a lot of drama. What a lot of drama, folks. We have a game, folks. We have a game. So I think it's a penalty for a foul, not a handball. I think it's a bit harsh. But folks, let me know what's going on. And like I said, share the stream for me, folks. Everybody in here right now, Kingsley, Candice, everybody. So there's a yellow card. This game is crazy, folks. This game is crazy. Crazy. The stream has been crazy. I've been disconnected a couple times. Everybody in the Facebook, everybody else as well. So Harry Kane getting a yellow, and also on the receiving end of a penalty kick call. So, folks, I'm going to share the chat once again. And hopefully, people, get to see this game. So, like I said, folks, we got disconnected several times. So I need everybody. So Raul Jimenez has scored all his penalties for his country, 5 penalties. Can Pickford do this? If Pickford save this, it's done. I don't think Mexico is coming back. They're going to have to use all their nerves. You're going to have to, if Mexico has a chance, Jimenez steps up. He's on the spot. And it's a goal. Mexico. Goal. 2-1, folks. What a game, folks. Raul Jimenez scoring from the spot. I don't know what's going on. What a crazy game. What an absolutely loco game, folks. Absolutely loco. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why this is happening. We've had a storm delay. I got disconnected 2 times. So everybody who's on my Facebook right now, feel free to join in the chat and let me know, can Mexico come back? The crowd are on their feet again. What an emotional roller coaster, folks. Pickford guessing correctly. Mexico thinking they got back into the game with that red card, then conceding a penalty, now getting a penalty of their own. What a back and forth game, folks. So Pickford once again doing that long ball, maybe trying the same move again. Harry Kane once again doing well to control the ball in the box, folks. This is the second time they did that very direct ball, and it caused problems for Mexico. So Mexico are going to have to, Javier Aguirre is going to have to take a look at that. But Mexico, when they're in possession, very dangerous. They have that extra man. A man is down for England. They are not obligated to stop. And I don't think the ref, they're saying handball or something. They'll give them the ball. So England, I guess, trying to kill the momentum, of course, as they should. What a crazy game, folks. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. An absolutely crazy game, folks. I'm trying to forward the stream to as much people as possible. A lot of people have been asking about the stream. I did promise a TikTok. So, folks, we are 3-2. What an absolutely insane game. Absolutely insane game, folks. So I'm sending the stream to as much people as possible. As much people as possible to make sure it gets back up there. And like I said, folks, I'm trying to even send it. A lot of people have been asking me what's going on. So I'm sending it to everybody. Folks. So everybody inside there. So Mexico, what's going on? This ref is also losing control of the game, folks. There's a yellow card handed out, and the Mexicans look completely bewildered. I think England may have conned the refs there a little bit. So Jorge Sanchez getting a yellow card. What an absolutely crazy game, folks. A crazy game. Jorge Sanchez. When we came in at halftime, it was 2-1. Our stream went down. While the stream went down, Bellingham getting 2 goals. It looked like it was done for Mexico. Then Quinones scoring from a free kick. Then when the stream came back on, we saw a red card for England. Mexico thought they were back. Now, folks, we're in the hydration break. Mexico, when they thought things were okay. Harry Kane and Gordon getting a penalty, folks. What an absolutely insane match. Welcome, Narupa. Narupa, my stream went down a couple times. I'm really glad people are in here. Make sure and share and forward to all your friends. We had a delay in the... Folks, let me just give you a recap. Before the game started, there was a 1-hour delay. So we stopped the first stream, started the second stream. It was 0-0. The stream went down. Then while the stream was down, I was looking at the game. England, Bellingham scoring 2 goals. Then Quinones getting 1 back for Mexico. The stream restarts in the second half. Mexico, thinking the game is swinging in their favor. There's a red card for England. Immediately after that, England get a penalty and it's 3-1. And then within moments, Mexico get a penalty and Jimenez dispatches it. It's 3-2. What an absolutely crazy game. Folks, I don't know, folks. This is a match loco. Crazy. Crazy. So Narupa, welcome to the chat. Everybody is in here. Be sure to drop your comments, like, subscribe. And we're trying to salvage this stream, folks. We had a lot of problems. The internet connection has been wildly unstable. So I hope everybody out there is really going to support the stream. I hope it's back on Facebook as well. So I'm going to make sure everything is okay, folks. I'm going to make sure everything is okay. I'm going to have to just share the stream with other people as well because it's a different link now. So everybody, Narupa, Kingly, everybody else, join in. And keep the stream going, folks. Keep the stream going. I'm at the mercy of the internet. We're in a hydration break. I'm also hydrating as well in my coconut water. Yes, folks. What a game. What a game. So, folks, I want you all to drop a comment in the chat right now. Can L3 Mexico come back in this game? L3 versus the Three Lions. What a game, folks. What an absolute crazy game, folks. What an absolute crazy game, folks. So I'm just trying to get my people back in here. So I'm just going to comment for a few seconds. I'm still here, folks. All right. So I'm sharing my stream, folks. I am sharing my stream. So just making sure everything is okay. And everybody out there as well. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. I'm seeing the commentary coming in. I hope you guys are hearing me okay. We had some unstable internet connections. Nico O'Reilly is coming off. So Narupa, everybody, please let me know two things. Your predictions for this match and if you guys are hearing me okay. Please let me know that, folks. Let me know if you guys are hearing me okay. The stream went down a couple times. And like I said, everybody's joining in. England is bringing on Burn, number 15. He came on for... Oh, no, that's another substitution now. Wow. What a crazy game. What a crazy game. So Anderson and O'Reilly coming off. And Burn and Spence are coming on. So I'm guessing it's more defensive substitutions. Tuchel is going to try to tap things up, tighten things up, and we saw that Pickford, even though they're one man down, Harry Kane is doing an amazing job of holding the ball up and laying it off, and that's what caused the penalty for Mexico. So Mexico are going to have to attack. They have the numerical advantage. England are going to sit back. Harry Kane is going to sit, up front. But of course, when they're not in possession, he's going to sit on top of the defense. So England are going to pack that box. Mexico are going to try to overload, folks. They are going to try to overload. So let me know what's going on, folks. Drop some comments. Drop some comments. I need to get this stream back up and running, folks. Let me know what's going on. Let me know what's going on. Mexico passing the ball, probing, looking for that opening. They smell blood in the water, folks. They are smelling that blood. Cutting across. Far post. They seem to have identified a weakness there. Not well controlled. England frantically clearing, folks. This is not a good sign if you're England. You'll probably want a bit more composure. So like I said, England, one man down at altitude in Mexico, and Mexico are on the attack. When England scored that penalty and it was 3-1, I thought it was done and dusted. But then the penalty. What do you think about the penalty, folks? Do you think it was legit? Mexico going with an air ball and having a mix-up with the defenders there. So England are starting to panic a little bit. I think Pickford had that under control, but he himself and the defender having a hard time. So Mexico trying to stretch this team out. They're trying to get some crosses in, but England are packing that box open. And of course, in terms of aerial superiority, I think England is always going to have that. So Mexico pushing up really high now. England are sitting back now. And they are going to have to really defend for their lives now, folks. And Mexico, this is do or die, folks. You lose, you go home. You lose, you go home. And like I said, folks, let me know if you're hearing me okay. Let me know. We had some bad internet connections. Mexico whipping it in. Both players getting in each other's way there. I think Jimenez was going for the acrobatic bicycle. So England are just content to clear it up the field there. They are not crossing the half line. Harry Kane is staying within that position. Cannot believe I saw that. What was that, Candice? So Mexico are trying to get down the wing. So obviously England are going to double up at the back. Quinones in the box there. Not well cleared. England are going to try to have to get some form of possession because they're going to keep trying to get back in there. Quinones trying to get an in-swinging cross. Mexico, England putting all their bodies behind the ball, folks. They're going to try to close down all the passing lanes. Mexico trying to spread them apart. Doing a great job in the box there, Mexico. Low shot blocked. So, if you're a Mexico supporter, you'll be becoming more and more anxious. Both teams for different reasons. Mexico whipping the ball in. England just content to get the ball outside their box now, folks. Wow, what a crazy game. What a crazy game, folks. So we are 77 minutes, and I'm sure there's going to be, maybe based on the penalties and so on, probably about at least 7 minutes of extra time, maybe more. So Mexico, England, piling men into the box, far post cross, and forcing a corner, folks. So can England hold off? Can Mexico take advantage of this? They don't really have the aerial guys of the past like Borghetti and so on to get behind these headers. Mexico making a substitution. So I'm guessing, once again, it's an attacking substitution. They're going to have to go for it, folks. Sanchez is coming off. And I think they're going to pile on another midfielder, I think. So Fidalgo is coming on. Perhaps to get some aerial ability and maybe a shot from outside the box there. So I'm seeing him. He is giving directions. So England defending right now, folks. So let's see what's going to happen, folks. Let's see what's going to happen. So Mexico whipping the ball in. Can Pickford handle it? Pickford flapping at it, folks. England are calling for a foul, but Pickford looking very uncomfortable there. The England players are trying to rally each other, support each other. And, folks, high altitude, away from home, Mexican fans. So Pickford doing well to get a hand on it. Not connecting well, but not really judging the ball really well. So you're starting to see England look a little bit uneasy. Mexico are going to have to take advantage of this. England are doing, with all things considered, they're doing a great job bunkering down and just not allowing Mexico to get that clear path on goal. So Mexico are going to have to be clever and pick something up. I remember Blanco, yes, Cuauhtemoc Blanco. The ref is looking at something. All these refs have a kind of dodgy expression on their faces, folks. I have no dog in this race, so I don't care. So you can't say I'm being biased. So we're approaching the 80th minute. Corner in. Oh, wow. Mexico making contact, but not heading it towards goal. All he had to do was head it on goal. Let's see. He ran in. And just not timing his header correctly. I don't know how he managed to get his header like that. That's actually almost impossible. So England are going to try to milk this as much as possible, taking as long as they need to get the ball. And remember, FIFA spoke about time wasting, folks. A lot of the rules they spoke about, they haven't been enforcing. It's very inconsistent. So England, Mexico are going to now take advantage of the possession. England are trying to contest every call. So Mexico are going to have to be creative. This game is insane. The World Cup is insane. Skeech86. Is that you, Screech? Or Skeech? I know a Screech. I don't know if it's the same guy. Is that you? Yeah, what a crazy game, folks. Can Mexico come back, folks? England 3, Mexico 2 in the 80th minute. And Mexico not really creating much. England doing enough to kind of stifle Mexico. Mexico showing that possession that you need, but not getting the finishing product. Martinez coming on. So Quinones coming off, which is interesting. I thought he would have kept Quinones on. So I'm guessing that's for some aerial superiority there to get on the head of some balls. Aguirre is an experienced coach. Screech indeed. All right. Welcome, Screech. Hey, by the way, vamos Argentina. So how do you guys think? I want to get some predictions. My stream got disconnected twice, folks. So everybody in the live stream right now, I'd love for you all to give your predictions, share with your friends, like, and just keep my stream going, folks. We got disconnected 2 times. What a crazy game, folks. What a crazy game. Mexico probing in the box there. Shot on goal just over the bar. Just over the bar. Not connecting well. In swinging cross, getting in front the defender. I think it was Gay. And it just went over, just not connecting well. But Mexico are going to have to try a variety of solutions. Was it Harry Kane that cleared it out? I don't think so. So Harry Kane is coming off. No, is he? What a game, folks. What a game. From my end, we had a delay for 1 hour. My stream got disconnected 2 times at the mercy of the end. And once again, Harry Kane has been dangerous because Harry Kane, when England got the red card, was able to simply put enough pressure on the centre-back for Mexico to force that PK. And that's crazy, folks. I would love to hear it, folks. I want to see your predictions both in the Facebook and on the YouTube chat and Twitch. If Mexico are going to come back, are they going to force extra time at least? And if they force extra time, I think it's going to favor Mexico because they have the numerical superiority and they're at home and at altitude. So Mexico at least want to get back in the game and go to extra time. And you could see on the momentum maps, folks, it is all green, even in the first half. But kudos to England for getting those 2 goals to make Mexico uncomfortable. Perhaps this is how Mexico should have been playing in the first half, folks. Hydration time for me, folks. Hydration. What a game. What a game. We're on the edge of our seats, folks. We are in the big boy part of the tournament, folks. You lose, you go home, and we're seeing some crazy games. Mexico! Ball has fallen kindly. It's in the box. England scrambling to get it clear, folks. The 3 Lions, folks, are handling almost everything. Just managing to get it out. Jimenez pushing up. And Mexico, to their credit, are spreading the ball well. But also England are doing just enough to get the ball out. But can they hold off for the rest of this half, folks? 82 minutes. Excellent tackle there in the end there. They haven't had much success with the crosses, folks. But England have doubled up in the box. Gallardo, number 23 for Mexico. Jimenez in the box with his game face on. Mexico can smell that blood. England are probably mightily relieved because now they got a goal kick. Much to the dismay, they're going to try to milk this, folks. FIFA did say there was a lot of time wasting. So Burn missing. And they're showing a replay of what was almost a shot. And doing enough just to throw the ball off. And then Gordon with a desperate clearance. So Pickford is going to milk this as much as possible. They said there was a 6-second rule, folks. I'm not seeing that at all. I already counted 7 seconds before the kick, folks. A lot of the rules that were enforced at the beginning of the tournament has not taken place. Harry Kane using his experience there to hold the ball off. And that's an aspect of his game you have to respect. He's not just a goal scorer. He did enough to hold the ball up and take some pressure off his team and now forcing a foul where England now could push players up the pitch and burn some valuable seconds off that clock, folks. Wow. What a game, what a game, what a game, folks. Everybody's in the chat. Share with your friends. Help me rescue the stream, folks. I got disconnected twice. I'm at the mercy of the internet. The 3 Lions, 3. Mexico, 2. And it's just 5 minutes left of normal time. I suspect with the stoppages, with both penalties, it could be maybe about 7 minutes minimum. If it's anything less than that, that's funny business. Anything less than that, it's funny business. So, folks, England whipping the ball in. This is not where Mexico want the ball to be. So England are going to try to apply some pressure. Calling for a handball. Mexico trying to launch a counter-attack. Bellingham. Is that Bellingham? I can't tell. Getting in there. Trying to get... So Mexico now back in position. I'm trying to forward this. A lot of people asking me to forward them the new link. So I'm sending it, folks. I'm sending it to everybody. Like I said, folks. Like I said, what a crazy game. What a crazy game. So Mexico attacking down the right side, cutting inside, swinging cross in the box. Mexicans are arguing for a penalty and they do have a bit of a case, but the ref is saying play on. England are holding on for life and death. Is the ref going to look at this? It did look like something. I can't tell. So Jimenez they're asking the ref to look at it, so he's saying no, which is crazy because I think they're supposed to look at it, but they're not. Aguirre, so that Mexico are playing on, but I thought they should have looked at it. The ref seems very confident. So Mexico out wide. Gallardo on the left side. Mexico with triangles on top of the box. Going far post. Pickford getting a clearance, but still in possession for Mexico. Mexico are going to have to try to find something clever. England are just packing players in the box there, so they're going to have to try to maybe run in, maybe force a dribble, something. But England are holding on, folks. They are holding on for dear life. Excellent control by Jimenez, trying to cut back, but Stone's doing enough to keep the ball. And the ref is calling a foul. This ref has a kind of dodgy look on his face, folks. He kind of looks like that ref. Folks, Mexico have a legitimate call, folks, that was ignored. I'm seeing the replay here. That is definitely a pull down. That is definitely a pull down. Ref, you should have looked at that, ref. I don't understand why you did not look at that, ref. Is it that you don't want to give another penalty? That was a legitimate penalty call, folks. If England go on to win this game, they are going to bring that up, folks. They are going to bring that up, folks. So Mexico 2, England 3. That was I saw the replay, folks. I can sympathize with the Mexicans. So the Mexicans, you know, they're going to have to go for it, folks. They're going to have to go for it. They're going to have to go for it. I think, you know, they allowed the game to get away from them. They put themselves in this position in a lot of ways. You know, kudos to England for getting those goals. I looked at the Bellingham first goal. I think it was just terrible marking from Mexico. And, you know, also, you know, you have the This is a real test of grit and fortitude for England. John Stones not clearing it well. You could see England, folks. They are just hanging on, folks. They are hanging on. The clearances are just desperate at this point. Mexico showing they are still very sprightly, trying to overload, trying to get past that double 4 that England have set up. 4-4 with Harry Kane just waiting on top of the box. And, England are trying to do their best to hold on. And once again, Mexico are still in possession, but not getting any meaningful deliveries into the box, folks. So in swinging cross, clearance by what it looks like Harry Kane. England on top of the box here. Mexico with a half chance, but poked away by Bellingham, I think. And they're saying play on. England, wow, folks. England, you could see they are holding on, folks. They are holding on. The ball is still bubbling around in the box. Gordon with a bit of a desperate header out wide. But Mexico are going to have to take advantage of this, folks. Folks in the chat, I would love to hear what you guys are saying. Are Mexico going to come back? This is probably, we've seen some entertaining games, but I think this one is probably the most. Mexico with a shot, perhaps. Should have maybe passed it out wide, but I'm guessing they're going to try to take a shot. That Pickford is going to have to hold the ball there as much as he can. And I think it was Hidalgo, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, getting the ball in there, folks. So they're approaching full time. Let's see how much extra time it's going to have. England are going to try to burn as much time as possible. They're doing the long balls to Harry Kane, hoping he holds the ball up. And these guys are working overtime, folks. That is a soft call by the ref. He's saying Jimenez fouled Bellingham, I think. And I do understand Jimenez, his frustration. I do understand his frustration. Javier Aguirre is furious on the sidelines. He is absolutely furious, and I understand. So England making a substitution here. Rogers is coming on. Rogers is coming on. So let's see. He's coming on for Harry Kane. Which is interesting because I guess Harry Kane ran his lungs out. So let's see how much extra time they're going to get, folks. Javier Aguirre is fuming on the sidelines, folks. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. Everybody in the Facebook chat as well. Like I said, folks, I need you all to help me rescue my stream. I got disconnected 2 times. So what a game, folks. I would love as a neutral to see Mexico get back into this and we go to extra time, folks. Can Mexico pull this one back? Let me know. England Stones with a long ball out to the wide right for Mexico. Mexico winning the ball, drawing a foul there, folks. That should be a foul. Bellingham fouling. Stopping a potential counterattack for Mexico. So 11 minutes of extra time, folks. 11 minutes of extra time. Can Mexico do something, folks? It's all or nothing, folks. It is all or nothing for Mexico. You're at home. You're in front of your fans. You have a man up. You have to go for it. England, to their credit, are defending well considering they have 1 man less. It may not be pretty, but they're getting the job done. Whipping it in. Pickford doing well to capture the ball. And he is going to milk as much time as possible. Like I said, folks, they did say earlier in the tournament, they're going to have a lot of Mbande Mbue. Welcome, folks. Our Facebook, all the streams got disconnected. We're back. So everybody in Facebook, welcome. And be sure to like, follow, and subscribe as well. Let's get those subscribers up as well. So Mexico now with 15 attempts on goal, 5 on target. And naturally because of the numerical superiority. So we're almost 1 minute into extra time of 11 minutes. So that sounds about right, folks. So Mexico have a decent amount of time to create some chances. England, I think, are doing enough. Like I said, it's not pretty, but they are getting their chances in terms of defending. When I say get their chances, they are stopping their chances, sorry. England are doing a great job. It may not be pretty, but they're stopping. So Mexico trying to destabilize the defense, trying to get Mexico out. If you're Aguirre, you'll probably be very annoyed that cross didn't get into the box. And Mexico are going to have to show a bit more composure. Like, if I was a coach, I'd be really annoyed at the Mexican players slowly walking towards the corner flag. You could see the distress on some of the Mexican players. They want to get in there. I think in terms of corners, England have the advantage in terms of height. You have Stones in there. So once again, whipped in. Pickford flapping at it, folks. He's not looking convincing at all. Mexico trying to stretch this England defense. But if England stays there, they're not getting any clear shots. In swinging cross, way too far, folks. Way too far. A terrible delivery from Gutierrez, I think. Yes. If you're England, that's what you want to see. You're going to burn maybe another, 10, 15 seconds Although, like I said, folks, the rules did say you have to have a quick release time. The ref is complaining. Tuchel looks very stressed. Folks, I think if this game goes to extra time, Mexico have the advantage here. They already have the advantage numerically. So England are just going to have to hold out for about 9 more minutes. We're approaching 2 minutes and 40 seconds of the 11 minutes. Mexico, folks. Mexico are trying, but I don't think they're getting enough penetration. England are doing enough. They have 5 at the back with 3 in front and just cluttering those passing lanes. Mexico trying to get in there. And Gordon doing well to release. I don't know who that is, but he's going to try to lob the keeper, which is crazy. Audacious. Perhaps Bellingham should have kept some possession. Bellingham looks like he's completely out of gas. He has been running and he's putting his hand on his knees. And, he has run like a champion, folks. And he got those 2 goals. If England win, he deserves a lot of credit for that, folks. So Mexico, folks, Mexico are going to have to try to find a solution very quickly. They're playing really slow, and this would only benefit England. England can keep their shape, stay in the box, and of course, they can't be worried about the counter-attack. Once again, a horrible delivery from the left side from Mexico. Gallardo just blasting the ball out. Aguirre is naturally completely annoyed by that. You guys, in terms of Mexico, if you're an English fan, you'll be very happy to see that. That's his second time they just aimlessly blasted the ball. And like I said, folks, England are holding off. It's not pretty, but they're doing enough to limit Mexico's chances. And in a lot of ways, because they have one man down, they do have, I should say, the luxury of just cluttering things up. Tuchel is losing his mind. He thinks it should be a throw-in for England. There's a lot of emotions, folks. Mexico, folks. Ever since Canones came off, I think Canones was the guy that was causing a lot of problems in the box there along with Jimenez. But since he came off, they're not getting a lot of shots on goal. I think if Mexico are going to rely on crosses, England are always going to have the advantage. England doing well to close down the passing lanes, in swing and cross. And to no one, folks, to no one. I think Mexico are losing control, folks. I think they're losing control. I think they're starting to get frustrated. And Mexico do have an appeal, folks. There was a foul earlier that they were denied. Also, I'm seeing a total full body check that nobody is looking at. And I've seen that given in other games. So Harry Kane on the sideline there. You could feel the tension, folks. You can feel the tension. So Mexico are going to want to get this ball up as fast as possible. Bellingham is spent. He's staying on the pitch. He's going to try to run his lungs off and try to keep the game in. Mexico are going to have to try to maybe rely on their dribbling. I don't think the air balls are working. England are blocking the passing lanes. So they're not allowing Mexico to cross the ball in. So they are trying to get some gaps. Chest trapped. I think an unnecessary bicycle kick attempt by Mexico there. I think they need to just not allow the emotions of the game to get to them. England are barely holding on. Mexico, I don't think they're interpreting the situation as they should, folks. I think there's solutions, and maybe that's down to England defending really well. England are not allowing them. Whenever they get out wide, 3 English players close the passing lanes. And, that's if you're a Mexican fan, you'll be very frustrated by that. The centre-back just taking what looks like a very frustrated shot, bouncing off the keeper. So in a game like this, you really need a kind of low dribbler, kind of like what France did yesterday when DU came on and just kind of ran at some players. Because, with tired legs, if you run at some players, you can force a foul. And, when you're passing this slow, it just makes England very comfortable. They could sit back, catch their breath, keep their shape, and just follow the ball. Because Mexico are not playing as fast as they need to play. And they keep trying to get these in-swinging crosses. So, like I said, if you're England, you'll be happy with this. You'll be happy with the way Mexico is playing. And Mexico right now can't be scared of the counter-attack because, you might as well go for it now, folks. You might as well go for it. So let's see if Mexico can save their tournament. Whipped in, shot just over the bar, folks. Jimenez, the guy you wanted the ball to. So you can see there is a little bit of a sort of low cross that Mexico are trying. And it is kind of giving them half chances. But England, folks, they're doing enough. I think England even though they're one man down. I think defensively they're keeping their shape. And can they hold off, folks? So we're just 7 minutes in of the extra time. England keeping possession here, forcing a throw-in. So they're going to take their good old time here, advance some players. Rogers doing well to get a throw-in for England, so they're going to push their players up. But would England want to commit too much players upwards? Because now they're one player down. So Tanjin Fahim, welcome. What do you think? Welcome to the stream. Let me know what do you think is going to happen. Bellingham getting another throw-in for England. Mexico are furious. Bellingham using his intelligence there to get a throw-in for England. Mexico, I think they're allowing, England, I think, are doing a very masterful job of seeing out this game. There is a yellow card for someone. And I think, when in hindsight, let's say England wins this game, which it looks like they're going to do. Who knows? This is a crazy game. There was a valid penalty call for Mexico. Mexico giving away the ball carelessly. This is not what you want if you're Mexico. England are going to try to run the clock down. Pickford with a long ball up forward to the center forward once again. It seems that they've been trying that tactic, and it worked because it got them a penalty. So Johan Vasquez getting a yellow card. So Mexico, folks, the time is running out. 8 minutes and 33 seconds. They're going to have to try to dribble, get some balls in. And they are doing enough to get a corner, I think. Spencer getting a tackle in. Clean tackle, but it's a corner. So very, very skillful tackle by Spencer there for Mexico. Folks in the chat, another corner for Mexico. If you're a Mexican fan, you'd be annoyed because they're not moving as fast as you would like. They're taking their time. You have 2 minutes left, and you are just walking casually to the flag. And then there's a Mexican player on the ground that is in a lot of pain. If you listen, it's not like you're going to have this added on time. So Mexico playing with one man down. The ball is in the box and falling kindly into the hands of Pickford. And Pickford is going to waste as much time as he can. And there's a Mexican player down. So right now, the numerical superiority is not there. Number 22, who came on for the sole purpose of being an aerial solution, has not really done anything. And like I said, it's kudos to England. Bellingham not doing enough to control the ball. Mexico, folks. It's do or die now, folks. It's do or die. It's do or die now for Mexico. Jordan Henderson getting a yellow card on the sideline. England, folks. England, I think, are going to take on Norway in the next game. Mexico trying to go down, penetrate on that side. England just clearing the ball out, folks. Old school style. You would think this is Gareth Southgate's England, but I don't blame them. This is how you have to play. Mexico, less than 60 seconds left. I think this could be done, folks. I haven't seen anything from Mexico to indicate that they can get anything. England just has to keep their shape, folks. They just have to concentrate for 60 more seconds, possibly maybe 1 extra minute. And that's it. Look, 2 players on the Mexican player. Not a very good cross in there. The ball falling into the box for Mexico, but well cleared. England are not looking uncomfortable. Mexico are not forcing them into errors. Bellingham looking completely toasted. Mexico now with less than 20 seconds now, folks. They are going out wide, but not causing enough problems. England, as you can see, whenever Mexico go out wide, they have 2 players, and Mexico are just simply not moving the ball fast enough to cause any problems for England. And England, I think, are going to probably see this out, folks. There's just about 10 seconds left. And I think this is probably Mexico's last chance. Can Mexico get something? It's in the box. Wow! Just wide. Just wide. Almost sneaking the goal in at the death. Stones. John Stones getting a foot to it. The ball was fumbling around in the box. And Stones almost scoring an own goal, folks. But I think after this corner, that's it, folks. I think after this corner, that's it. I think Mexico blew this one, folks. I think they blew it. This is the last one. I think after this corner, that's it. Mexico in the box there. They're going to have to try something. Shot on goal. England are calling for a handball. England are calling for a handball. It's another corner. England are saying it's a handball. It's another corner. Mexico, why are they moving so slow? You only have a couple seconds. Go to the flag and take the corner. What is wrong with you guys? So the ref is looking at something. What are they doing? What are they doing? You know, if it's a corner for it's another corner for Mexico, but they're taking forever. They're acting like they have a lot of time. The keeper's in the box and Pickford punching it out. Could this be the last chance? And I think that's it, folks. England, the three lions have broken the hearts of the Mexicans and getting that crucial result in Mexico. Mexico look crestfallen. They thought they had the advantages. They thought they were at home. They had the altitude. They had so many opportunities to possibly take this game. But Bellingham, folks, Bellingham getting those 2 goals in the first half, and I think it completely threw off Mexico's game. And then the penalty, I think, in the end, finished them off. Mexico had more than enough time to get something back. But England, kudos to England. RK7789. Yeah, no, I know. Listen, I mean, I'm a neutral in this, but I was leaning towards Mexico, CONCACAF. I'm a fan of Argentina, so, you know, I'm not going to lose any tears if England gets knocked out. But I think Mexico are going to have to blame themselves for this game, folks. They allowed England to get the lead very early in the first half, and it completely threw off the balance of the game. Canones getting that goal, but I think that third penalty was the killer for Mexico, folks. But they had more than enough time. They created nothing. England, to their credit, defensively set up their team in such a way that they were able to limit the chances of Mexico. And I think when Canones came off, that was it for Mexico. They weren't really creating anything. It was half chances. They were taking too long with the ball. They were moving very slowly. I'm seeing Ochoa, the legend from Mexico, crying on the sidelines. I think Mexico messed up, folks. I think Mexico messed up. I think they blew it. And take nothing away from England. I think they managed the game well. I think when they got the red card, and it should have been in Mexico's favor, Harry Kane being able to just put some pressure on Alvarez was able to get that third goal, which in the end was enough to get Mexico out. And from a tactical perspective, folks, Mexico did not do enough to create any real chances. They had at least about maybe 15 to 20 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, 11 minutes of extra time, and there was no urgency, folks. They were moving really calm for the corners, walking really slowly, and, you know, you had the advantages. England were one man down. They were fatigued, but they won with a solid defensive play in the end. It was not pretty, but they got the job done, folks. They got the job done. So, folks, another CONCACAF team is gone. Canada is out. Now L3, Mexico. They really thought. So, England will now be facing Norway in the quarterfinals, folks. Haaland and his boys will be facing the Three Lions. And I have to be honest, folks. I am saying this with the utmost respect. If you take Kane and Bellingham out of this England team, just statistically, this team, I don't think would have gotten this far. This team would not have gotten this far. They would not have gotten this far. So I'm seeing a chat on Facebook. I'm trying to read a comment. I'm not going to read that. I'm not going to read that. So I'm trying to read who said that. I can't see who's saying that because it's on Facebook, so I can't see it. But let me see if I can see it over here, folks. I'm going to just jump across some comments. Let's see. I'm trying to read some of the Facebook comments, but I saw a comment on Facebook. But England, folks. England, move on. And Mexico blew it, folks. Mexico blew it. Full time, England. They did what they needed to do. Even though they were one man down. This is the key moment here, folks. I'm looking at the replays. This is when England just got the red card, and Harry Kane caused enough problems for Alvarez to force that penalty from Gordon. And that third goal, I think, killed them off, folks. I think it killed them off in the end. It completely killed them off in the end. So, Brazil out. Mexico out. Germany out. The Netherlands out. You know, that's crazy. Even the penalty that Mexico got, I felt it was a bit harsh on Harry Kane. Mexican fans will debate. There was one call that the ref just didn't look at. But I think England managed the game well after the red card. And they deserve a lot of credit for that, folks. I think they did. Athena and everybody else, like I said, what a crazy game. Is this the craziest game of the World Cup so far? So much went wrong today, folks. The game got delayed by an hour. Our stream got disconnected twice because of the internet connection. But we came back. We were not going to let you guys down. So everybody's in here. Any new people, let me know. So Athena, the Three Lions. Yes. So the Three Lions march on to play Norway, folks. That's going to be a proper match. And we have, some big matches. We have Spain, Portugal, and we have Argentina versus Egypt. We have Morocco, France. We have a lot of proper game, folks. A lot of proper games. But Mexico, I think Mexico had enough time to do something in this game. And I think England limited their chances. Mexico was simply not dynamic enough to break down that English defensive shape when they're in the box, folks. Mexico, you blew it. You absolutely blew it, Mexico. You guys blew it. So, folks, I will hang around for a couple minutes. Like I said, the stream was interrupted multiple times. I will really appreciate you guys jumping in and really supporting it. But I think Mexico can't be bad. They had all the chances to come back. But I think when Bellingham got those 2 goals, that's when Mexico blew this game. Not in the second half. I think Mexico just didn't have the required tools, and I think England did what they needed to do. I said it multiple times. Several times Mexico would try to go out into the wings, and even if they got the crosses inside, it was like half chances. Pickford, yes, he was flapping at some of those crosses, but they did enough. Good game by Anthony Gordon. Yep. Harry Kane, that deflection to Anthony Gordon, he was very effective. So Bellingham scoring 2 goals and Kane. Folks, and I want to ask you all this, honestly. English fans, the Three Lions fans, Terry Fennick, who's a big supporter of our show, England International. Let's be real. You take Harry Kane and Bellingham out of this team right now, and it's a totally different situation because he rescued them in the first game. And England, folks, I'll be honest, I don't think we've seen a very strong England. But folks, I always say this, it's not how you start, but how you finish. It's very similar to the Euros. I know a lot of people are talking about Southgate. And in the end, Mexico can only be mad at themselves, folks. There's nobody to blame but themselves. Nobody to blame but themselves. And let's be real, folks. People who have been following CONCACAF, Mexico have not been the strongest team for a while in recent friendlies and Gold Cup performances and CONCACAF Nations League performances. Aguirre did well to get them this far. And, Mexico were hoping to go one better and face Erling Haaland. And, Mexico is that team, if they go far in the competition. But it's been a long time since Mexico reached really far in the competition, folks. So like I said, I do appreciate everybody joining in and really supporting the stream, folks. We did get disconnected earlier. So before I go, you can scan the QR code, as you can see on the left side of the screen, to get into the WhatsApp notifications for the next streams or watch-alongs and reactions. We have people like Kenwyn Jones, former Sunderland, Cardiff City striker, Atlanta United, Shaka Hislop, Newcastle, Trinidad and Tobago World Cup keeper as well, Terry Fennick, former English Tottenham player as well. We have lots of very intelligent, influential people coming in here, and also a lot of my friends who came in as well. We have the national freestyler, Karen Ford, and we have a lot of my friends coming in as well. And James Baird, who's in Europe right now, will return and will also be heading to Miami. So, folks, if you missed the stream, drop your comments below. How far do you think the Three Lions are going to go? And like I said, before you go, be sure to follow us on all the socials. Be sure to like and subscribe on the YouTube channel. We did get disconnected a couple times. And, like I said, we're trying to get to that 10,000 mark on YouTube, on TikTok, and everywhere as well. We're trying to get the followers up and get to at least 10,000 by the end of the World Cup. That's our goal. So get more England. So I guess get more is happy. What do you think about the performance, folks? I want you all in the comments and the stream to let me know what you think about the comment section. What do you think about the game? What do you think about the Three Lions? I don't think England fans are going to care right now. You are through. We march on. Is it coming home, Get More? Is it coming home? Do you think England are doing well enough? Do they need to do well enough? They're doing enough to get the job done. I don't think they've been very convincing, but I think Bellingham and Kane have been spectacular for England. Spectacular. And I think when England are not playing well, and then Gordon as well. So, at the bracket, we have France playing Morocco. Norway is going to play England as well. So we're getting down to the nitty-gritty, folks. We're getting down to the nitty-gritty. So people in the comment section, before I go, I'll have a couple discussions. How do you think England are going to do, folks? And Get More, I really appreciate your support. The stream went dead earlier. Twice. I really appreciate everybody coming in the stream and showing me some love. I was this close to shutting it down, but a couple people messaged me and said, continue. I was at the mercy of the internet. So solid performance from England from Get More. Tanjin Fahim on the Facebook Live has really liked it. Defensive masterclass with 10 men. I agree. Mexico created pretty much nothing, I thought. And, there were half chances, not enough for Mexico to do anything. And I think when Canones came off, it was game over. I think he should have stayed on. I think they brought on, I can't remember his name right now, to try to get on the end of the crosses. But every time Mexico went out on the wings, England would defensively cut off the passing lanes. They would have two guys and a third closing down those the crossing play. And with an extra player, that's unacceptable, folks. That's absolutely unacceptable. And, in the end there, you can say Mexico had a half chance where John Stones, was a bit fortuitous. When he tackled that ball, it just went wide of the goal, but it's an excellent tackle. Something the Italians would be proud of, folks. So, England moves on. Nullify the Mexican attack. You are correct. You are absolutely correct. And Get More. Absolutely correct. So, with that being said, I'm going to wrap things up. Like I said, folks, I did have a stressful stream tonight. It got cut off several times. So I would really appreciate if you guys really show some support. So we're taking a look at the bracket here. Up next, there's France, Morocco, Norway, England. And, those guys have secured their places in the next round. So we have a couple games. Portugal, Spain, USA, Belgium, Argentina, Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia. Let's see how that goes. So we have Portugal and Spain, USA, Belgium, and then Argentina, Egypt, Switzerland, Colombia on Tuesday. Of course, we'll be doing a watch-along for that, folks. I love my Argentina, and I will be doing these games. A lot of people have been asking me to do the watch-alongs of both games. So once the internet holds off, I'll do it. It does take a lot out of me, folks, to prepare and set it up. We have EXTV match previews as well. If Mexico had made short passes, they would have had more chances. Yes, they should have taken on their man. They should have done some dribbling. But they opted to try to cross the ball in, and it just worked in England's favor. And they were also playing very slow, I think. I don't think they were playing fast enough. It just worked for England. England could have just kept their shape. They did not destabilize England enough. And in the end, folks, the three Lions go on. Is it coming home? Is it coming home? It's coming home. Is it coming home, folks? Is it coming home? We've seen a lot. Folks, we have seen so many crazy games. The Croatia-Portugal game. The Argentina-Cabo Verde game. This game. Absolutely crazy games, folks. Everybody has to work really hard to get to this point. Absolutely crazy. So Get More is saying Portugal versus England in the final. I would hope it's Argentina and whoever else is in the final. So Get More, you don't think France are going to get to the final? If it's one thing that Paraguay showed, if you get at France, I've said it before, when Norway played them as well, you can get chances on France, folks. They're not as impregnable as it appears. You can't get at France. And if you have players that are not afraid to get physical, you can't throw them off their game. So we'll see, folks. So France, Morocco. So Get More, you don't think France are going to get to the final? They're the outright favorites. So everybody as well in the Facebook as well, like I said. I'm going to have to do a lot of cleaning up on my YouTube and Facebook feed because you all are going to see 3 videos. And 2 of them were disconnected. So I'll probably put a thumbnail on each one and put part 1 and part 2. Like I said, I do apologize, but the internet messed with me today, folks. It just went completely dead. When we did the first stream before the delay, the 1-hour delay, there was a whole bunch of people in there. Everybody was in there. And then we had to stop because of the storm. And then when we came back on, the stream went dead. So absolutely crazy, folks. So folks as well, just give me a quick thoughts about that game against Brazil. Haaland causing a lot of problems today, folks. So folks, Brazil are out. France was assaulted by Paraguay. And you know what, folks? A lot of people are saying they don't like how Paraguay played. Folks, I know there's a naivety about us. We all want to see beautiful football. But what did you all really expect Paraguay to do? Just, attack France and get torn apart? I have no issue with it, folks. I think they did what they can, and France won in the end. And, it was a penalty. They tried their tactic because they know they couldn't go toe-to-toe with the French. They tried it with the US and we saw what happened. So I perfectly understand their tactics. And, that's how it goes sometimes. Different teams, different tactics. And it also goes to show you can't just generalize South American football because then you have Paraguay. That's how Paraguay plays. Uruguay plays like that as well sometimes. Then you have Brazil and Argentina and Colombia. They play very expansive, attacking football. Colombia as well. So, it's a bunch of different styles. And that's why South American qualifiers are very difficult, folks. It is a marathon. So another CONCACAF team bites the dust. So I'm seeing Andrew Ramlal on Facebook. So everybody who joined in on the Facebook chat, I really appreciate that because the stream got cut off twice due to the internet. So I really appreciate your support, Andrew, and share with your friends and everybody. And how does Brazil... let's see, the most prolific striker in the world right now. I can't see the comments because they're a little too far away because I had a little glitch in my chat. But like I said, folks, get more. Not Paraguay's fault. Ref was tweaking. So yeah, so that's how it is, folks. So folks, I'm going to wrap things up. And I'm going to take a little bit of rest because I'm a little bit exhausted. So it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with everybody. And like I said, folks, if you all missed the other stream, join in this one. Give it some views. And like I said, I'm going to end things off with a wonderful song from Nigel Rojas and Sun Syndicate, 2 local artists. The Spotify link is in the description on YouTube. And like I said, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow. Purchase EXTV merch and everything else, folks. I do feel a little bit tired, folks. And I see Andrew Ramlal has liked the stream. So like I said, folks, I had to recreate the stream. So I really appreciate everybody joining back in. And like I said, folks, it's been a crazy game. All the games have been crazy so far. It's been an absolute pleasure, folks. So for your listening pleasure, this is Champion by Nigel Rojas and Sun Syndicate. So take a listen, folks.